Smells amazing. Stir that up a little bit. Let that come to a boil.
I bumped into the Moscow Mule mugs. I apologize.
It's all right. Now, so let's talk about a couple other things that we got here. That is filet. Everybody heard the song jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. Okay. Filet is ground sassafras. It's mostly a thickening agent, and trust me, that's probably about depending on how much you make gumbo or jambalaya or anything like that. That's probably a 2 or 3 year supply.
It
goes a long way
for sure.
So, I don't need that. There you go. See what I got there?
It's about half a teaspoon. Or a big fat pinch.
And because this is it's also a thickening agent, so it's gonna make that gumbo thicken up. Spoon. Okay, see, that's a little. And look at the consistency we're getting there. See that? So I know just by doing this for a while that is going to thicken up. So we're going to add just a little bit more, probably another cup water. Stir. Now here, at this point, this is where you would put okra in if you're going to put okra in your gumbo.
Please don't.
But unless you know what you're doing with that okra, I highly recommend that you don't put okra in your gumbo. It took me years to figure out how to do it without having your gumbo turn into slime, or just to have these wads of slimy snot in your gumbo that used to be okra. Either the okra is undercooked or it's overcooked in slime. Maybe I'll explain at some other point, but I think I said it earlier in the first video that you need to bake it in the oven first in very thin slices, then add it. You would add it here. Okay, because once this all comes up to temperature, gumbo is pretty much ready to eat. We'll do some tasting and make sure it's got enough salt.
Yes, please.
And that's it. You might tweak it a little bit more seasoning. Obviously, you taste it a couple of times, but basically, that's gumbo that's in that pot right there. We need to cook it all the way through. Make sure that the chicken is cooked all the way through. Everybody's happy. You want to give this a stir a little bit, and you don't want it to like get to a raging boil. Once it starts to boil, see how it is right here? Look at this.
Damn cups.
When it gets there, you kind of want it to stay there. You don't want it to rage.
Right now, it's a happy little dance party.
Yeah.
It's a gumbo dance party.
They call that a fade-o-do, baby.
Okay, real fast. Abe made me this super cool table, and it hangs Moscow mules. That's what I keep knocking into. I apologize.
Cool. So I guess we'll jump cut, and I'll show you how to make rice, and then the last part of the video will be taste testing, and we'll get miniature Breeze out here, and Miss
Baby
Stacy,
Breeze.
and Miss Stacy on the camera, and we'll do a taste test. If we get the thumbs up from Cash, we know we did good. All right, here we go. So, our gumbo is in the pot, hanging out, getting happy. Oh my God, smells so good.
Happy.
And like I said, you don't want that to rage, and you want to make sure it doesn't boil over. So you just want it to kind of have a nice, slow rolling boil for it. So I've got it on probably medium heat, less than medium, almost low. So now I'll show you how to do rice. And we're only going to make a little bit of rice. I used to make it for years and years and years. I did it the wrong way. I guess not necessarily the wrong way, but a totally different way. This is such an easier way. Rice, we're only going to make a little bit. Get your pot. Dump your rice in. Okay? Now, this is super easy to remember. Watch what I'm going to do. You want to fill it with water. Okay? Some of that rice is going to float, but what you're looking for, when I shake it like that, see how the rice settles? Now, first knuckle. When your finger touches the top of the rice, it doesn't matter how much rice, how big the pot is, whatever. When your finger touches the top of the rice, you want it to fill up to the joint in your first knuckle. Comme ça, like that. Okay? Now you know you have enough water. Then you get about a tablespoon of oil. This is olive oil. Good tablespoon in there. Then salt.
You could have used the hootie hoo.
I could have used the good amount of salt there. That was probably a little more than half a tablespoon, but real close. Or you can just do like this. Bam, bam, bam. So, you get that on the stove. Turn it on high and let it boil. The important part is don't walk away. Stay close to the kitchen. You can talk to your friends, do whatever you got to do. But watch that doesn't, one, boil over, two, that it doesn't burn. But you're going to boil that until it has little craters in it. And in the next shot, I'll show you what the craters look like. Once you have craters, you turn the heat off, cover it, and walk away for 15 minutes. Alright, so we'll be back, show you those craters. Okay, so here we go. I'm showing you the rice. Look what's happening there. See that?
Crater.
Those are craters. They're important, so you just put the lid on that. Turn your heat off. And don't lift the lid for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Do not let anybody lift that lid. I don't care how hungry they are. You come in here and you shoo them off with that wooden spoon. You say, man, you get out of here, you! Go away! That's not ready for you yet. Okay? 15 minutes. When that's done, you taste it with a fork, and I guarantee you that's going to be the perfect rice. Perfect. Alright, so we'll be back to taste test our gumbo with Mr. Cash.